ScrawlrBox 105. This is my last box of my current subscription. Spoiler alert, I have since reactivated my subscription, and from 107 onwards, I have another 6 boxes to enjoy. So I really hope that this box is good for the last one. Ooh. Okay. This one definitely felt heavier. If we're just comparing to the last box, instantly this box just feels more full. Like, it feels great. Let's put the zine aside. Be More Bob. The artist is Corp. I hope I'm saying that right. By the look of it, it's going to be markers because it has this paper with a marker on the front of it. So that's exciting. This paper is just white card and it is 250 GSM and it is smooth. I'm liking the presentation of this box. For this being my last box on the subscription, I'm actually happy with it so far. Let's hope it keeps up the momentum. Ooh, okay. So we have a cherry cola refresher. I've never seen this flavour before in refresher. Definitely gonna have to try that. We have the sticker. I will say the art print, going back to it a second, looks as if it's been done on cardboard, or like corrugated cardboard. That's a really interesting effect. This leaves me a bit confused. It says this box is mainly about markers, like as in alcohol-based markers, from the outset, or at least that's what I got the impression of. But there is only one alcohol-based marker. That's a choice. That's a choice. The rest of the pens in here are Posca pens. And I like how there's 5. It's like a specific colour scheme as well. When they do specific colour schemes, it's okay that they don't include certain colours. But when it's supposed to be like a rainbow colour scheme, just speaking from the other boxes, include a yellow. I'm still salty about that. So I originally thought that this Posca pen was actually white. It's not, it's ivory. The one thing I'm not looking forward to doing with these Posca pens is activating all of them. Because that can be quite irritating, but 'tis the way of Posca pens. All these Posca pens have the 0.9 to 1.3mm nibs. We also have a Winsor & Newton Pro marker. I would have thought that there would have been more Pro markers, or at least like more markers in general, like alcohol-based markers, that is. Now, these Pro markers have a bullet nib and a chisel tip. And this is in the colour CG2 or Cool Grey 2. So let's take a look at the zine. So we have the art supply page. We have a sit down with the featured artist, Corp. I hope I'm saying that right. We have some scrawler tips, especially with the Posca pens, and being able to water it down like watercolours is a very interesting one that I've never really seen many people try. So it's a deep dive into paint pens. Okay. So this paper definitely made it seem like it was going to be more of an alcohol marker based box, but it's more of a paint pen based box, which for me is quite surreal because my very first box, box 10, that I ever received of a ScrawlrBox was a paint pen box.
Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
So the fact that my last one is a paint pen box as well, just like, oh my god. Oh, I'm having a moment. So we've got some artist advice, reuse and recycle. I was right about the cardboard thing, which is so cool. we have the Scrawler Gallery. And Hidden Gems, I will still stand by the fact that this is probably my favourite box of this entire subscription that I've had. Oh, that's so cool! The little bird! The bird! Oh my god! I love that! Oh, the little birdie! There is so many different takes on this as well. I had more of like a stained glass sort of take on it, but like seeing other people's takes on it is really, really cool too. It then talks about the Posca pen and the rise of an icon. Another Scrawler Gallery. We've been running a Scrawler sketch on our socials. Ooh, okay. I'm curious about this. Do you have to use this stuff in the boxes, or like, can you just use whatever you've got? Either way, it's a great way to get the community involved. On the streets. So the theme we've got this time around is off the wall. We are taking you off kilter for this month's challenge. As inspired by our featured artist Corp, embrace the wild, weird and wonderful inside you to incorporate... Oh, that pun! Your personality traits into a kooky cartoon version of yourself. Take these supplies off the wall and into your sketchpad or ScrawlrBox to create your own character design. Character design? You are speaking my language! This box feels so much more full than last time. Just box 104 just felt empty, like very empty. It felt hollow. This one definitely feels like it's going to be more of an experience for me. So let's get right into the swatching. So instead of the white paper, I thought I would use this kind of craft card because it feels like it would fit the challenge better, and also the Posca markers would work better on this. The only thing is, I do not know whether to use it on this side of the paper or the other side, because this is the front and this is the back. I've just cut it in half. Let's just fold it in half. I mean, the smoother side, I'm liking the smoother side a little bit more, but this one definitely has more tooth. Okay, so swatching out the colours on both sides of the paper, I kind of like the way that they look more so over here. Also, on the back of the paper, you can see that they kind of like pill up the back of the paper a bit. I will say something else that was also brought up about the Posca markers is that they could be watered down. So I'm thinking, do we water them down on here and see how they look? So here you can see swatches with a water brush, just watering down the colour on the page. They definitely give a different tone, especially on the craft paper. I was really happily surprised at how well the craft paper held up to the water. A lot better than I thought it would, actually. So now I get on to doing a little bit of ideas generation, sketching, playing around with the colours, seeing how things would pan out. Now, truth be told, I had no idea what I wanted to do. And the fact that these were paint markers as well, nothing was coming to mind at all. There was this girl with a mushroom hat kind of design that I'm doing right now, but it felt too similar to what a lot of other people were doing for this box. And plus, I was definitely overthinking it, like I always do. I'm just thinking, do we do lighter top and darker bottom, or the other way around? Here you can see me trying out all the different colour combinations and just trying to experiment with it, but I kind of decided in the end I wasn't really going to get too far, especially on white paper, because even though it was a good starting point design wise, it wasn't the craft paper. I went with the craft paper over the actual white card that came with the box because I felt like it suited this box more. I think that's just one of the things that just brought down this box for me in terms of experience. I feel like the craft paper, or like even just cardboard, would have been better as a surface to work on. It's like the surface of the artwork is always an afterthought in these boxes, which shouldn't be the case. Usually it should be one of the first things you think of. I really did not know what to do with this piece at all. The only thing I really had an idea about was the composition, and that was it. The placement of the colours, I was just winging this, and in a sense it was stressful, but also it was quite freeing and fun at the same time. It was like a mix of both, especially during this process. I also wanted to try and layer colours as well, because in the zine it did go on about layering colours and how you can play with the transparency of the markers, because even though they're opaque, you can actually water them down and use them a bit like watercolours. Also, while they're still wet, you can actually mix them. I think the alcohol-based marker was actually a really nice change of pace, because you could kind of use it in many different ways. You could use it to help blend the colours together. You could also use it as like a colour to build upon the surface colour. I will say one thing, I wish it would have been a slightly darker colour, because CG2 is a little bit on the light side. I think if I would have stuck to it being on white paper initially, I think it would have worked a whole lot better for me. Even though I personally thought it was too light, I do also appreciate its subtlety. As for this video, it's been so long in the making. Put it this way, the unboxing footage for this box was in June. I've been so busy, and then my hard drive decided to pack up and say, all the editing work that you've done, Zoe, yep, start again from scratch. And all your files, good luck transferring those off manually, because me, the hard drive, is too far gone to be automatically cloned. Sayonara! And so is this computer. Honestly, this computer is 8 years old. I got this back in 2016. I am overdue for an upgrade. Even the hard drive said, nah, I don't want any part of this. But with that being said, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Comment down below whether you think I actually saved this video. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.